Okay, new stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Thursday. Okay, so what I'm working on today is okay, so what I'm working on today is this, the Water Dragon Princess, but I'm also starting on a new concept that I want to work on. I'm probably going to mess up what's going on here. Hold on a second. I want to make a, let's see if I can get real close with this. I want to make a YouTube picture for the video thumbnail. It's a little bit better than just having the picture like that. Okay, so just this a little bit. So all right. So the next thing that I want to do conceptually, and I'll flip a bit farther back so I don't mess it up. I want to do a series of cards, playing cards. Actually, I may just use one of my blotter sheets to show. Yeah, I want to do just a set of playing cards, and I'll start with the face cards. So I think in this format, you know, I just do the queen and the king and the jack. I just do all four suits, and eventually just have a whole 52 card set. But the big thing will be starting with the 3 face cards in each suit. So that'll be fun. Yeah, okay, you really probably can't see that on me. Probably can't see that. So, yeah. So anyway, what I'm going to be doing in this same style is just queen, king, and jack. And I'll be doing the whole thing. I won't be digitally flipping it. I'll be doing both sides and making a match. So that's going to be my next project that I'm going to get started on after the dragons. So yeah. So let's get started on the queen, on the dragon. As you may recall, if you've been watching the videos, we left off here with some bubbles and some waves, and just going to continue on with the the main. Right now I'm not using my water sheet just because there's not really a lot there that really needs it. Not really too worried about it smearing. It needs it. Okay, so right now I'm just filling these in. Bob Ross, yeah, he's the man. I like listening to him talk, not just because he's a, very not because he's very chill, but because he's been through a lot. And there was I was talking about my friend yesterday, and there's a certain sense of, he was in the military, and one reason he got into painting was for therapy. And there's a lot of people in the military who, they get out of the military and they're having a hard time, a little bit of a trouble with, PTSD. And it's just, real tough once you've been in that kind of environment. I think a lot of people don't really understand. And I've never been specifically in that situation, but I understand after knowing some people who were. And, I think that art is a great way to work through issues that you may have. And I think that, there are a lot of people who have PTSD just from a lot of different incidents in their lives. And a lot of people that I've known who have had some trials and tribulations growing up they're very creative people. And they use what it is that they do creatively to as an outlet, to kind of work through things. So okay, so the new project idea that I had was that I want to do a whole set of playing cards. I've seen those where people do a whole thing of a whole deck for, obviously there's so many of the tarot decks that are all hand done. And for some reason I'm getting a lot real loud for me. Real loud in my headphones. Okay, never mind. So for me, I wanted to do a whole regular standard playing card deck, and when I was tattooing, somebody had come in and they had a really cool Red Queen tattoo design that I thought was really super cool, and so I thought, I always thought that would be really cool to do a whole deck of playing cards. Never really had the time, but I would love to do it in, this style of, the black and gray, just the gray shading. Alright, now that's looking the way I'd like it to. And again, my cat is settling down. Say hello, Midge. Trying to keep her from getting on my keyboard. She loves to climb up on stuff. Don't go there. Come here. And don't close my computer or else the stream will go bye-bye. Probably should use a circle template for this, but I'm just winging it. Live without a safety net. the smaller ones are obviously okay. Even if they're a little deformed. But yeah, so the playing card, I always thought it'd be cool to have different decks of playing cards, and there are companies that will print them, and there are companies that'll print like poker chips and things like that. And so I always thought it'd be cool to do like a whole set of like poker chips. I'm not a gambler. I'm not really a huge fan of gambling. I think that it's fun to do for fun, but I think that there are a lot of people who don't do it just for fun, and there's some people who have real serious problems with it. I'm not the hugest fan, but I like some of the the artistic aspects of, I think, the way that a lot of poker chips in the past, kind of, the kitschy, very stylish. It's me. We were just visited a moment ago by Brent. Yes, I have officially become a crazy cat lady. I'm not too afraid of cats. She just tripped turning around. I don't know if with the playing cards, what size I want to make them. At first I thought to fill up the whole page. As you can see with this one, I kind of have a live area and then a canvas area and kind of overflow. But I thought maybe the playing card, there's a standard size, standard format, almost as tall as possible, but then I don't know if that's going to be a lot of paper to cover for each of these. So I'll have to play around with that a little bit. It'll probably be a little while before I get to it, just because I'm not streaming as much as I'd like to, and I only work on this while I stream so that you can see it from beginning to end. But I may start on kind of the preliminary stuff for playing cards offline and just work out some ideas and some concepts offline that I can start actually drawing and streaming the actual creation of it in real time. And right here's a case of making a minor modifications on the fly. A lot of times for tattoos, people will draw the dragon's whiskers or koi whiskers very thick because of the thickness of the tattoo line. But I think I'd like to make them a little more graceful and not so much, not so thick. Alright, that's a bit better. I like that. And then clean that up a little bit. Make it more ready for prime time. Hold on a second, I hear some kitty being naughty in the other room. Hold on. Okay, no worries. It was Runt. I cook chicken for my cats. Black cats are notorious for having digestive issues. So I cook real chicken for them for their diet, and it suits them much, much better. Anyway, I left the tinfoil out from the baking tray, and Runt decided he was going to have a new toy today. Now, one of the tricks I like to do with pencil is, as you can see, the more I use pencil, the point gets worn down a little bit. And so even though I can make fairly strong even though I make fairly strong strong lines here, they're a little bit thicker, and I like doing shading. What are you doing? What's he playing with? Hold on. Right. What are you playing with? That kid's so naughty. Gotta love him. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah. Okay, so when you're using something that gets dull like this, a lot of mechanical pencils, most mechanical pencils, don't really get dull. And so, I mean, that's one of the benefits of them, is that you never need to sharpen them. But with this, I can actually use the lead getting dull to my advantage. So in the hair here, in the mane, I can do some really light shading to create a sense of depth. Create a sense of depth here, and make it give the illusion of the mane going behind her face. And create some texture here, because right now the point is very soft, and so even though I have some strands there, what I can do then is, now that I've gotten soft, got a bit of shading in there, I'll clean this up a little bit. Clean that up a little bit. I can go grab my pencil sharpener and come back in with some sharp lines to create the definition I want. With the softer lines underneath it, and it creates a really good depth, because you have, it's not just hard lines. For each strand of hair, you actually have, some shading, and some definition. And so it really kind of so to me, I think it makes it look really great because you get the just kind of a variety of textures. I think it kind of builds a nice texture instead of just always being one note. So then that builds the texture, and now we have a nice sharp point that I can then go and we'll build some other places. So in this way, drawing is basically a lot of adding to the paper and taking away to kind of build up an image that you want somebody to see. And it's also correcting a lot of mistakes that you make just because you're careless. Hey. Now, one bad thing about drawing on a sketchbook is, unlike digital, there's no undo. So when you make a mark and you're like, dang it, I wish there was just click Command Z. Alright, this is coming together pretty good. That out. There we go. Looking pretty good. Pretty good for how I like it. I want to keep adding little hints of the main. To give the illusion of the water and the main interacting together and flowing together. concentrating here on giving some extra special attention to one or two, I guess, the bigger bubbles. Are we still streaming? My cat Midge just closed my computer. Let's see if we're still streaming. Yep. Okay, so we're still streaming. OBS doing its job. My cat doing her job. Midge. Come here, Midge. All right, so where was I? Oh yeah, working on this bubble. Gonna put a little bit of detail in a couple of the larger bubbles to kind of let the viewer know that they're bubbles, what they are. Yeah, Midge needs a cat bed. Problem is she has every bed. She has my bed, she has right next to us, right next to me here, is a chair with a bed on it. And she normally sleeps there. But I think she knows that I want her to sleep there. And so she isn't sleeping there, even though normally, if I wasn't streaming, she would be sleeping there. She just likes to turn around and around and around and around in this incredibly tight space in between my computer and the TV. Midge, what are you doing? The problem is she knows that she is the cutest cat that was ever put on the planet. And she is. She has she has really thick fur. She's a very tiny cat. And she has really thick, like, undercoat fur. She's just very lush and very soft, like a chinchilla. But the fur kind of fluffs her up, and so she just looks just so adorable, all fluffed up. And she knows she's just so pretty. She's not like a long hair. She's not like a Himalayan or Persian or anything like that. It's just a very thick, fluffy fur. It's so soft. Like I said, it's like a chinchilla. Just so incredibly just silky and soft and the kind of fur that if you had fur, you would wish you had. Runt, on the other hand, his is more coarse. His is fine. Like it's not like not prickly, but it's definitely not as soft and silky as Midge's. Okay, so these bubbles are a little bit dark behind them. So I'm going to use the kneaded eraser to bring them up a little bit. That's the other thing about working in real media instead of digitally. Can't really zoom in. I have like a really tiny bubble right here with a little line showing. I want to make sure that the bubble looks nice. All right. Okay, so got some good stuff done. Right now I don't really want to do too much shading just because of the point is very sharp because I just sharpened it. So let me finish a little bit more over here. And then I have to go. So I'm gonna although the good thing about doing real media, if you make a mistake and you realize it a bit later, then if you undo stuff, then you're undoing good stuff that you did later. And so right here, I had to undo something. Okay, so how's that look? That looks okay. Okay, so up here is going to kind of be a little bit dead, so I'm going to put in some bubbles back here. Just to create a little bit of texture where there otherwise might not be. A little bit of movement. You see that? I don't know if you can even see that. These are very light because they're preliminary sketches. So I don't know if you're even going to be able to pick it up. I had an update to my computer, and now the camera control software for my webcam doesn't work, and Logitech, even though they had advance notice, hasn't come up with an update yet. All right, so did a lot of really good progress in here. Some on the bubbles, some on the main. Let me define this a little bit better here. Okay, y'all know the drill. Check out my info. I'm going to head out for now, and I plan to be back the same time tomorrow, 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. I guess it's 11 o'clock Pacific Time, and then Mountain Time. Yes, we have multiple time zones. So wherever you are viewing this, if you're looking at it afterwards, if you are looking at it on YouTube, then make sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you are on Twitch, make sure to follow. And if you're on Twitch, go to YouTube, check out the link below in the info. Go to YouTube and subscribe to me there. And if you're on YouTube right now, go to Twitch, follow me there. And also check out my other social media. Twitter and Instagram are both Pinky Racer Draws. And ahead of time, I will tweet that I'm going to be streaming, so I'll give you a little bit of advance notice. Last couple of days I've been doing it once I actually start to say that I am live. So if you are on Twitter a lot, I also post pictures afterwards of, what I've done, and also other stuff that I worked on. I have a couple of things that I'm probably going to post. But yeah, so stuff that I've worked on, other pictures. And so say hi there and follow me there. And on Instagram, sometimes I will post when I finish something. So yeah, check it out. And I will be back tomorrow. Everybody, have a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time zone you're watching this from, and I will see you later.